The problem when you have the Mets payroll is that you expect perfection, not only from the fan base, from also from the media. But I think right now, what they really need to do is get on a roll with their pitching, and they started it last night with Carrasco. He was awfully good. Carrasco,
he needed that.
He really did need that. You know, a couple of years he had elbow surgery, got some chips out of there, and then after his first two starts, he was struggling with those chips again. His velocity was way down on those first two starts. They gave him a chance to rest. Then he got a virus, so he missed a couple more starts. And by the time he came back, he was not sharp. But last night was the first time that you saw him with the velocity, with the ability to throw that split change for a strike, throwing his slider early and often. All of those pitches that he's had a hard time landing, and Carrasco gave them the start they needed after losing those first two in Chicago. Pitch to contact, let the defense make the plays. You know, when we think of Carlos Carrasco, he's an older pitcher. This is a guy that's had tons of success.
Yes.
In the history of the Indians, he's fourth on their list of strikeouts. He's had an amazing career, and they need him to kind of pitch like he did last year when he won 15 games. The starting pitching really is the key for the Mets.
Yeah, the Mets are in Colorado to begin a series against the Rockies. And as you take a look at their rotation here, the numbers aren't great. You figure Scherzer and Verlander, they will figure it out. They will pitch closer to what their back of the baseball card looks like. But you think that there's a tweak that could be there for Kodai Senga?
Well, think of it this way. They're sixth worst in innings per start for their starters. Their starters are averaging a little less than 15 outs per start. So that certainly has to change. But I think even more importantly, when you talk about Kodai Senga and what he's done, you know how hard it is to come with a new ball, in a new culture, with a new team, with new rules that they put in this year. I think he's done a really fantastic job. And I think last 2 nights ago, the pitch count really got him. But previous against the Tampa Bay Rays, the best record in baseball, he was at his best with 12 strikeouts. What I think they need to do, for a couple of reasons, is that in the fraternity of your starting pitchers, at some point, you want everyone to get on a roll. How do you do that? You stay in your order. Everyone is pitching on the clock. So what has happened, because they're trying to accommodate him and make sure that he's at a place where he's pitching where it's the most beneficial, they've moved him. They've moved other guys in his spot, given him an extra day. The two reasons I think that he has to be pitching every fourth day, because I think it's going to be better for him. And more importantly, those days that you want to give extra time to have to go to Verlander, have to go to Scherzer, not Senga, if you're going to get to the postseason. And if you get to the post, Verlander and Scherzer have to be at their best, so you have to give them those days.